What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? And at this stage in life, right, in the middle stages, mid-age here, even late age, right? Um, why do I keep doing this over and over again? Meaning that why do I care to pour into my diet, my nutrition, fitness, workouts, sleep, managing all of this? Because it's your life and you are 100% responsible for your life and your happiness. I can't control what the other person does, including my partner, my girlfriend in this case. She, we have been all right, I think, for a year and a half. But I think I can also tell, I've talked about this before, that usually after 1 year or so, you really get to see who they are and you kind of reassess that relationship and call it quits. So I don't know where we're headed, is what I'm trying to say. But to bring it back to where this is, life in general, I can control what she does, her behavior. Um, and this same, you can apply this to any of your relationships that extends into your family, your circle. You know, what you can control is how you show up for yourself and the best version of yourself, right? What that looks like every single day. And some of the ways that I stay motivated is that I life is a reminder. The aging process is a reminder, right? Who we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, at our prime, although I don't know what prime is these days, is because every day I feel like I have just reached a new height, a new prime. Um, we are aging. We are all aging. We're not immune to that. But aging gracefully also is a choice, and you can control that and catch a lot of the things, symptoms, and being on top of your health. Wellness checks with your doctor if you see the doctor regularly. But I think the real doctor and the magic really is in your diet, in your daily habits. And this is why I do what I do for nearly 50 years, 49 plus years. I wasn't always like this, but I would say, I mean, I started lifting at age 32. Then I, had a toxic relationship with alcohol. I've been through that whole cycle, right? And so the good part about my story is that I caught it, I saw it, I recognized there was an issue. It took me a longer time to discard all the toxicity and all the unnecessary things in my life by way of consumption. Alcohol was a big piece of that. And with that, my diet changed as well. So I was 195 pounds, 190 pounds. I had blown up. I wouldn't say I was actually fat, but I was definitely bloated. There was a lot more heaviness. You could see the puffiness, right? And I wasn't sleeping well. As a musician, I was touring, a lot of partying. But as time went on, I didn't like the way I looked in my pictures. I didn't like the way my clothes were fitting. People were commenting on my weight gain. And I was always athletic. I could move because of martial arts and dance reinforced my muscles, muscle fiber tendons and whatnot. So I was always athletic. I was able to move that mass as well. But I would say right here today, where I stand, I've never felt this youthful in my life. And of course, I say this every year, and every year I'm getting older. So I think there's a population like us, like me, and I know there's many of me out there. Hopefully, I get to see you more. The population, Gen X, I've seen recently an explosion of really fit people over the age of 40, over the age of 50, even 60, following this kind of a lifestyle that I am. And I don't have it perfected by any means, folks. I mean, the combination of intermittent fasting, walking your 10,000 steps every single day, drinking a gallon of water every single day, which is about 16 cups, and I drink more than that, which is why I have good skin, I think. You stay hydrated, your body, it supplies your body what it needs, right? Water is like the most important component of what we consume, and nearly 70-80% of our body is water. So think about that, right? Your liver, your kidneys. You start thinking about your mortality and how real your organs and this life force within you is that it's not one piece that's functioning. You need everything to function in, in alignment, in being in sync. I can't even say the word right. Synchronicity. Help me out. Say it for me. I don't claim to have these words perfected. I am walking though right now and recording, so that to me is a win. And I'm as imperfect as they come. So, uh, I my life could have gone. It could have been cut short. It could have gone either way with the way I was going with alcohol. I would say I didn't really stop the heavy drinking until 42, 43. And even after that, I still had some moments where I had a relapse, and those nasty hangovers. Uh, you know, I paid the price, so I don't miss it. I don't really miss drinking. I have alcohol at home. I don't really touch it much. I don't have the need for it. Just a different person when I drink, and my recovery is just not the same. My food choices is just like all garbage after I drink. So socially, yeah, I can definitely milk it. I have better self control now than I did 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. So it took me a while, right? I'm reaping the benefits of behaviors I had already dialed in years ago, but I wasn't this locked in. I would say the last two, I would say ever since I moved to Las Vegas 2.5 years ago, this is a new chapter for me, and I've really locked into my diet, have really paid attention to my body, specifically after my hernia surgery 3 years ago. And I talk about this. Life changed a bit for the better, and it's funny and also noteworthy to mention that I'm in better shape now than I was pre-surgery. Post-surgery, I'm in better shape because I got more in tune with my body, what it needed and how it needed to recover after surgery. I had bilateral hernia surgery on both sides, and I thought life was over. And I'm back to lifting again, and maybe not as ego lifting and crazy lifting like that, but I can put up a reasonable amount of weight, athletically inclined, martial arts, dance, all the athletic stuff. I can still perform at a very high level, and I'm rattling these things off is because these are things that keep me motivated. I mean, I'm able to compete with 20-something-year-olds in dance. I'm not the best dancer out there, but I got some moves. I grew up as a dancer, right? I got some moves. Um, it's just the overall, you just feel in your soul, in your body, your mind, your spirit, these walks. These things light my spirit up, not those things that I used to do. And the goal for me to share this is, I'm an older man. This is all life experience. And maybe there's someone out there. When I was 27, 28, going through it, I wish there was someone like this that I could look up to, reach out, and just follow their footsteps, because I would find this older version of me inspiring to watch. And, I keep getting told this by people in daily walks of life that, hey, you're doing something really special out there, and just continue doing it. So we may not be for everyone, like meaning that our audiences we may not be feeling each other's content or the advice or even the way we look, the way we present, the way we talk. But I would 100 times respect someone that's putting themselves out there and putting that positive message out there, because more people need it than versus they don't, irrespective of how you look. Some people just hate. That's just life. You cannot do anything about that, folks. Online stuff, right? Social media, YouTube, it is what it is. You cannot control everything. And so the one thing, drawing this back to, the one thing that you can really control is your health, the results, as much as you can. Break the limiting beliefs that this is your year to achieve the impossible. And even when you achieve the quote unquote impossible, there's not much to it, because the basics of all of this is that you have to eat right. Diet really is 90% or 100% of the equation. And, you know, I I stand kind of on my own right now, in a league of my own, in terms of where I am at age-wise, and seeing my peers, seeing my friends from my high school, college, or knowing of what's happened to them, and how some people just never grew out of the phase of partying and having nothing else to fall back on but alcohol. Lo hold and behold, my people love to drink. Not just my people, a lot of folks, they have alcohol. Like, that is their go-to on a Sunday, on a Saturday, right? And I'm not saying I'm completely sober. I just know what my limits are, and I don't need to get wasted anymore to have a good time. I really appreciate the sip, the taste, and the feeling. I can ride that wave for a little bit longer responsibly, and I'm still very cognizant, right? So alcohol is really not the enemy to relationship with alcohol. But either way, for me to even be here and get to this shape and ability is inspiring and motivating, that I can still hang. I would argue that I'm actually better now than when I was in my 20s and 30s. I think in my 20s and 30s, early 30s, I was a little bit crazier because I did gymnastics. So I had no fear. Right now, obviously, I have a little bit of fear. I haven't done it in a while, but the fundamentals are there in terms of the stretching, the mobility, the way I move. I'm loose. You know, you compare a 49, 50-year old, uh, the average, right? You're not gonna see this. You're really not gonna see the vigor, the life, the energy, the force behind it, right? And I feel like I exude that, not just by sitting behind in a couch in a car. For the most part, my videos entail me walking and talking like this. So this is also, uh, you want to lead by example, not just walk it. I mean, not just talk it, right? You want to walk it. And that's what I'm bringing, holding myself accountable and recording myself like this during these walks. It's either this life, folks, or you let life happen to you, right? So you choose that. And a lot of people, we play the victim card, like someone's gonna come to save you. That's what motivates me. Is I realize the fire under my behind is that no one is coming to save me. No one is going to get off that couch and set up the tripod, set up the gimbal, figure it out, how to edit the video, how to start your channel, how to get through the procrastination. These are all small wins you can add to your journey, and psychologically, it's a boost. You know, you wouldn't tell, but I had very depressing thoughts the last few days. Just obviously, my dog's not doing so well. I just dropped her off at the doctor. She possibly, the strong possibility, she's got hiatal hernia and may need surgery next week. So because she's not eating right now, it's been 2 days. So I just dropped her off to the vet to see if they can get her to eat something, and playing it day by day. That's taken a toll on me. But in general, I have generalized anxiety, you know, over the years and course and events. I've just had a very rough upbringing, but I don't use that as an excuse to stay put. I don't use that as an excuse to not move forward. The trick about life and winning is that no matter how you feel, you still do the things that that you are, that your mind, psychologically, yes, is telling you no, but you still do it, and let your mind catch up to that new feeling of moving forward, of walking, right? Which is why I say that I am so motivated to walk. Like, walking is so beautiful. Walking is the easiest thing you can do if you don't want to lift weights, if you don't want to do sprints. You can see how my breathing has changed. I talk about this extensively in all my videos. I'm a new person. Sometimes a 10, 15-minute walk can really flush your thoughts and instill new ideas. You become crispier, fresh. You know, this is the new energy. This is what let me go up here. This is what I love about this journey, is that you start off by not exactly liking it. Nothing worth having, right, standing atop the mountain comes easy. You have to climb it. You have to want it, right? And that's the voice I have followed. That's the voice that's been guiding me my entire life. You got to have some sort of a competitive spirit in you. And I think, folks, this is born during childhood. Um, I don't see how this can come about unless you have an awakening, a spiritual awakening, a high intervention of some sort later in life. Outside of that, I don't see how this happens. And I've had this fire in me since I was a kid. So, I got to pave it forward and thank my father for putting me in competitive sports, martial arts, all the British sports, soccer, cricket, all of this, right? That's made me into this guy. It never went away. The fire never went away. Um, and that's why I have stayed motivated. And honestly, who doesn't like to fit into your clothes, right? The slim fits, the way it makes you feel, right? How other people look at you, how other people respect you, and they treat you differently when you're in shape. Uh, there is definitely a spotlight on you when you are an older person like myself who looks significantly younger than their age. There's something there. There's a magic about that feeling, and I want to hold on to that fountain of youth as long as I can. Um, Time is fleeting. I'm not unaware of that. Time is fleeting. But what I choose to do with this every single day is what compounds over time, um, and allows me to enjoy a younger man's life, right? You think about it, the things that got you through life during your younger years, those habits are not going. If you don't dial it in, guys and girls, it's not gonna. You're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to make the change in order to sustain and enjoy uh, a better quality of life. You're gonna have to adopt. You're gonna have to make some changes that I wouldn't say necessarily extreme, but that hold you accountable. So as you age, you can enjoy your life at an older age. Because the last thing you want is, you reach where I'm at, and you're not able to walk. You're in the hospital all the time. You're on heavy medications, right? That's America for you. So the question is that where you want to be? Is that where you want to be? Is that the life you want to live? Now, I ask you, right, if you're much younger than I, is this helpful to know, right? Is this inspiring to see? And what changes would you make to your own personal life that when you get here, right, where I'm at, you would do a few things differently, right? Wisdom is only acquired through many, many years of mistakes, failures, trials, tribulations, and you get to a point where you realize you just won't repeat those mistakes again. And that's where I stand today. Is I refuse to repeat who I was yesterday. I cannot even act like who I was yesterday. Uh, Today I'm just a very, someone who's very quiet. Spend a lot of time in solitude as much as I can. Um, Much of a introvert, but I can be a hyper extrovert as well. So yeah, folks, check this out. Look at the scenery. Like this is what I'm missing out. This is what we are missing out when we choose to stay indoors. And trust me, I know what it's like to get married to the couch, not wanting to move, paralyzed. Your blood is not flowing. You have negative thoughts of maybe I don't have what it takes. What if I fail? There's no way I can accomplish that. There's no way I can take 500 steps. There's no way I can put that sugar, the cookie, the cheesecake down. I gotta reach into the refrigerator. I've been there. And when your only steps are to the refrigerator and back to your couch, I have even done that too. So the way this lifestyle works is you start doing it now, right? Take a few steps. It gets easier as you move, as you walk. Okay? So Hey, buddy. I love dogs. Not all, but some. My dog is in the vet right now, so I don't know what her prognosis is, but I'll end this video by saying that I gave my dog the best life, and it's sad to see her breaking down uh, right now. But I'm glad, in a way, that it's under my care, and I'm doing all I can to ensure she lives another few, 3, 4, 5, whatever long years. Right now, we got to get through this phase of getting her hiatal hernia surgery on the way. Stay tuned for more of that, and we'll keep you updated on how that develops. But I'm going to cut this here and jump onto the next topic in next video. Until the next one, then. Mamba out.